Hello, welcome to Scotland's Smelly Basement, where we discuss everything film and TV. We are coming to the close in the year 2025, so even though we've got some movies to go, we got Marty Supreme coming out and all that, we are going to be discussing our favourite movie of the year. So I will start off. Now, my pick is quite cliche, but it just is, in my opinion. My favourite of the movie of the year has got to be Sinners. And my experience with this was quite unique because when I first watched it, I realised just how media illiterate I was. I thought it was a great film, but everyone was like losing their minds over it. Like you'd think it was like the second coming of Christ or something. But I just thought to myself, I'm not quite got that experience, even though I still thought it was a great movie. So I saw it a second time, and it's so great on a rewatch when you know where everything's going. Because it's like thematically everything just clicked into place for me, and the character arcs felt more clear to me. And I don't blame myself fully for not getting on the first time because it's quite an unconventional film in the way the narrative is told. Yeah. So yeah, just incredible film, performances, incredible action. It's basically just got everything. It was even a musical at one point. So yeah, I've got to give it to Sinners. Who would like to go next?
Cool. I mean, I would also give it to Sinners, personally. Mm-hmm. I think, as you said, like, the theatrical elements of it were very good. I think the story was very well written. I think it was a good, like, a good allegory for, like, cultures and stuff. And I think, honestly, just Remek's character, like, being this, like, runaway Irishman that was run out of his country, coming to this country and trying to, like, take people from their culture, doing what happened to him. And it was just such a good speech on, like, music as a thing and how, like, powerful music can be and how, like, music and the soul are so connected. And honestly, just, like, the acting as well. Like, the twins were so good. And honestly, I think it's the best soundtrack of the year. I genuinely, like, cannot stress how good that soundtrack is, especially with Rocky Road to Dublin. That version of the song is by far the best version I've heard.
I just want to interrupt you. So, like, obviously, we got Jack O'Connell got a big musical number with Rocky Road to Dublin.
100%.
And 28 years later, Bone Temple. If he doesn't burst out into "Yes, sir, I can boogie" as a Scotsman,
I'll be mad.
I'm rioting.
I'll riot, genuinely. I think, like, he can sing. Like, he can sing, which is a bit mental, but no, without a doubt, it's Sinners for sure.
I'm going to go a little bit different. I do agree with what you're saying with Sinners, and I'll say the build-up that they had from, like, the start to the actual getting to the bit with the vampires is one of the greatest build-ups I've ever seen in any movie of all time. But I'm going to nominate Superman because it was a great film. I know it's pretty generic, but James Gunn ran away with the film. The way that he managed to, like, get comic book accuracy and just make a film out of it, and it wasn't, like, absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah.
And it was amazing as well. The soundtrack was great, not as good as Sinners, but it was a great soundtrack. I'm a punk rocker,
yes I am.
That's a great song.
Fire.
Also, the Mighty Crab Joints.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, all the characters as well. He just completely, like, skipped out the backstory of Superman, because we already know that. Get straight into the action. Yes. Like, Guy Gardner as Green Lantern. Let's be honest,
so good,
the best Green Lantern we've ever seen.
I think
he literally has to be.
There's not high standards.
Exactly, but it's the best we've ever seen. And also the actor, I forget his name, of Mr. Terrific. It was kind of like a redemption story for him.
Anthony Carrigan.
Yeah, because he was obviously he was bent over in X-Men.
100%.
Because it was something to do like the contract. They offered him like
they weren't paying him.
Oh, are you on about? Wait, did you say Mr. Terrific?
Yeah.
More?
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. Eddie Gaffigi.
Yeah.
It's Eddie Gaffigi, not Anthony.
But the actor was given like a contract saying he was going to be in more than one film.
Yeah.
And they killed him off and just like that was it. They didn't pay him for the other films.
They killed off the one character whose ability was to, like, absorb people's powers or something.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, it was still a good film, but they ruined that character.
Yeah.
And James Gunn, like, obviously James Gunn's been through some controversies himself, and he was like, well, I'm going to give him a second chance as well, just like he's been given a second chance with DC. And I think that second chance turned, it saved DC. It saved DC. So I think because it saved like an entire franchise, and it's up there with top tier Marvel movies,
Oh yeah,
I have to give it to Superman.
I,
the
I,
jacket too.
I had another interesting experience with Superman where I watched it for the first time. I saw it on the opening night with my mum and dad. And, you know, you talk about how much you love the comic book accuracy.
Yeah,
I was watching Superman, and watching my mum and dad really affected me because I knew the comic book stuff would be a bit too much for them.
Yeah.
So, like, it is a universe where casually you will just see this little baby thing going, "Rah," and
yeah, genuinely.
all that. Like right out the gate, Fortress of Solitude. Like we've just never really seen the Fortress of Solitude
yeah,
like that in a
definitely.
Superman movie. So again, people who are used to, like, I don't know, Henry Cavill, whatever. Like my mum and dad, my dad found it entertaining, but he found a lot of it to be too silly, and my mum just flat out didn't like it. So I came out initially a little disappointed
Right.
because, but I think it was just because every few minutes I'm like, oh, my mum and dad aren't gonna like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Like this.
yeah.
But then I saw it a second time with my mate, and I told him beforehand my experience watching it with my mum and dad and how I was quite disappointed by the film. And I saw it a second time, and genuinely I was like emotionally overwhelmed. Like this, I think the best scene in the film, the discussion with Pa Kent.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you know, that
yeah.
scene, like, that always gets me. But like the moment where like everything just came together, it is the scene when he's fighting all the like Lex Luthor
Yeah.
battle droids, and the score swells up and he's spinning. I was just like, damn.
I think it was good because it didn't baby the watcher. You know, it was like Superman. You don't
Yeah.
need to know, as you said, his
Yeah,
backstory.
don't need to know
You
it.
don't need to know where like his fortress. Like, it just was like this is Superman now. Like he's already Superman. I liked that it wasn't like the generic origin story.
Yeah.
Like,
And you made the point about how it takes us right into it, but it does a good job of still implementing his origins the same way
Yeah.
it did the Batman.
Yeah.
It didn't do an origin story in the Batman, but it heavily implemented his origins into the film.
it implies it a lot. Like I think James Gunn's just such a good director because he doesn't like blabber it through the screen. Like he puts hints there that makes it obvious without just like babying you through it. Like he trusts you as a watcher.
I mean, he literally said, and he said this with all the other projects he's doing with DC, nothing starting production until the script is finalised and
Great.
perfect.
That's awesome.
So
That's how it should
he's
be.
making sure everything's perfect before he even starts the actual filming process.
And it's like I know it's not him, but like Clayface, like this new verse is gonna be so fire. Like I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have time for on this episode. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.